AITA for telling my nephew's father he cannot stay at my house with his wife and her kids. My nephew George lives with me and my family. He is my sister's child, but she unfortunately passed away a few years ago. Her widower, Eric, remarried quickly. George didn't get on with Eric's wife and kids, and Eric paid no attention to him. 18 months ago he came to live with me. Eric visits George at our house for one weekend a month, a longer visit during the summer, and we took him to see Eric at Christmas time. All of these visits are without his wife and her children, as the therapist feels it's important for George and Eric to rebuild their individual relationship. I won't say facilitating this has been easy. I love George like he's my own child, and to watch Eric flounder with a child he was supposed to take care of breaks my heart. It's hard for my husband too. All this to say we are on a short fuse with Eric. I feel I have to be honest about that. Anyway, Eric is meant to be coming to us in August for 2 weeks. A few days ago, he asked if he could bring his wife and her kids. Apparently she has been having a really tough time and is desperate for a holiday, as are the kids. WTF. Eric also said it's been a real strain to keep his wife and kids away from his son, and splitting time has been hard, and he really wants to start mending the relationship between all of them. I was livid, but I went and spoke to my husband and then to George. George was hurt that his dad was suggesting bringing them and said that he didn't want to see them. I went back to Eric and said I couldn't control where his wife and the kids are, but they won't be staying with us. If he wants to bring them, they can stay in a hotel. And when he is not visiting George, he can do what he wants. I made clear that I am upholding what's been recommended by the therapist George sees, which Eric knows because he has check-ins with the therapist. Both Eric and his wife have been up my ass about me not letting them stay. I have not blocked her because I like to collect evidence of what kind of person she is to send to Eric when he tries to act like she is not awful. Eric is saying he might not be able to come at all now, because organizing childcare for the kids is going to be hard, and his wife is becoming resentful of him not being around, etc. Basically, because I'm doing this, George might not see Eric at all for more than a weekend until Christmas. This is hurting me because Eric has been making a good effort until now, and George had been starting to trust him. I just feel like I'm ruining it. But if I let them all stay, then Eric won't get any one-on-one time with George anyway. The wife will make sure of that, on top of us all having hellish house guests. I am trying to enforce this boundary so that Eric has to man up and prioritize his son, but maybe I'm being too harsh because it might end up the opposite.